Hey, Michael Church, Crawl Space Ninja. We had a situation come up with a homeowner that I wanted to share with everybody, and there's a lot of misinformation out there about yard drainage and its ability to stop water from going into your basement or crawl space. So I just wanted to go over that a little bit. Stay tuned. Okay, so if you're new to Crawl Space Ninja, we talk about everything related to basements, attics, ductwork, and crawl spaces, obviously. We talk about yard drainage and different things like that. And that's what brings us to today's topic. So if you want to subscribe to our channel and ring that notifications bell every time we release one of these videos, you'll be sure to get one. Okay, so what I want to talk to you today about is yard drainage and its ability, or perhaps inability, to stop water from going into the either the basement or the crawl space. A lot of people, whenever they call us out to look at their basement or their crawl space, then we have to come up with a plan, right, in order to address that water. Now, that's an interesting thing that we in our industry call it waterproofing, and typically waterproofing would be considered outside, and then we call it water management once we do an interior water system, okay? But just think about this for a minute. This is a wall that we waterproofed, okay? So from here down is where the majority of the water was coming in, and this is also where the dirt is located, all right? All of this above me was actually from an old roof leak in our building, okay? So we didn't have to do anything with this, even though it looks stained and all that sort of thing. But what happens is that if you get a landscaping company or somebody that does water management outside through yard drainage, let's think about it. If they put in a French drain that's this deep, okay, and you've got moisture down here, all right, and the French drain is somewhere out in the yard, out in your yard, how is that French drain going to address any moisture below it? Okay, because the French drain is only designed to capture water from the top of the soil down, all right? And I've done a couple of videos about where you should put French drains. For example, in clay soils like we have, a lot of people tend to say you should put them 18 to 24 inches deep, too deep in our area. You should get them as close to the surface as possible because clay soils don't really allow moisture to travel through them. If you're in a sandy soil, like in maybe Wilmington, North Carolina, or along the coast or something like that, then you can go a little deeper, 18 to 24 inches, because that sandy soil allows that moisture to travel. But think about this. If I've already got leaks coming in down here and my French drain is up here, the water has already figured out a way to get into the basement. So just installing a French drain or redirecting downspouts or things like that is not going to stop the water from coming in down near the footer. That's when you would need to do the yard drainage, the exterior fix, as well as an interior water management system like we've got here installed, okay? So I just want to make that clear. If somebody tries to tell you that putting in a French drain or extending downspouts is going to keep your basement or crawl space from flooding, probably not the case. Now, you can do that outside as a first step. Leave the wall exposed and test for moisture maybe a couple of weeks down the road, even a month down the road, before you put that interior wall up if you're going to finish that basement. But what we've found with our experience is it's very rare that outside water drainage will totally stop water from making its way into the basement or the crawl space because the water has already figured out how to get in. Another thing I want to point out is that this wall, even though I may have a downspout over here and way over there, rain is still hitting right outside this wall, right? So all of that water that's hitting on the ground, okay, is trying to make its way into the French drain, but if it can't, it's going to go deeper into the soil and again come towards the house. And the path of least resistance is actually through concrete and block, especially if it's not sealed properly on the outside. If you got a house that was built in the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, or even the 80s, they may have just put some kind of tar sealant out there, and that tar could have degraded over time. The pipe that they put on the footer may be clogged by now, so that water's got nowhere to go but in through the cinder block or through the concrete. So my name is Michael Church with Crawl Space Ninja. We hope that helps you out. For all of you looking to do yard drainage to fix your basement or your crawl space, you may want to take it a step further The yard drainage is important. You still want to get that water away from your house as best you can, but don't let somebody trick you into thinking that that may be the only thing you need. Michael Church, Crawl Space Ninja. We hope you make it a happy and blessed day. See you later.